One of the ladies that they advised me to marry, she died last year. It pains me so much that she was cut short. It pains me. I'm not saying this as a testimony, because you can't be testifying when somebody else is hot. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is, what if I married that person? By August, I would have married in May. By August, I would have been a widow. Or a widower. They call it widower. Meanwhile, God is planning for me to start encounter Jesus in November. If I became a widow in August, how would I have heard about this? In 3 months, see where we are. All of these possibilities would have sunk. Just because I didn't hear God. Meanwhile, the one I wanted to marry, or the one I'm married to now. Hear God, oh. A lady told me in Brazil she will relocate to Nigeria. They say she loved missions. She loved mission. And when I check, she's a Brazilian. If I give birth, my son will be Nigerian and Brazilian. This thing happening in Nigeria now that we are still prophesying and praying. If I marry a Brazilian, at least if things happen while we are trusting God, there will be some way of safety. They say, oh, Brazilians, they love Nigerians. This is she loved mission. Everything was arranged. They showed me pictures. She was like a goddess. I went home. I did like this. You don't know what we are saying. What I'm talking about here is not religion. I'm telling you how men succeed in life. The other one told me she's a partner. Before you know, my phone will shake like this. Alert has entered. I said, these are the kind of women that support ministry. No. You don't joke with it. Meanwhile, this my wife never gave a seed. One day I stood up. I said, hope I'm not about to make a mistake. Are you sure this lady believes in this calling? I said, are you sure this lady believes in this calling? Let me not come and marry somebody that tomorrow, even if I'm going for meetings, problem. Are you sure she believes in this calling? And I went and sat down, and the demon whispered to my ear. Say, don't worry. She thinks she's a big woman. She thinks she's a big woman. Just ignore her. She's not serious. So when I looked at her and I said, okay, these are the feminists. They think they are important. Because, she has a master's degree. She is working as a head of sustainability in one of the leading companies in Nigeria. She has done senior managerial courses in Harvard, in Lagos Business School. So it's natural for you to look at her and say, this person is proud. And I looked at her and I said, God, there's pride here. There's pride. I began to interpret things by wisdom. I said, God, this lady is not submissive. Before I knew what was happening, 5 people came and said, hey, is it this person? Run for your life. Thank God I hear God. The last 1 year of my life is the best I've ever lived. I've not recorded, hear this, I've not recorded as much success as I've recorded in the last 1 year. Meanwhile, I have rest. See, when I'm oh Jesus, hear God. If you know what they call peace, I sleep and I roll from one side of the bed to another. Because what you need to explain to some people, you don't need to explain to her. She's mature enough to know, even before you say. I'm not trying, this is not social media hype. I'm not trying to hype her. I've never had a reason to come and explain, say, this is like this. She knows. And the things that should be a problem, before I think it, she works it out. And she doesn't even want me to say thank you. What if I heard men and very important people stood against this? Very important people. Say, don't try it. Do you know Edo ladies? I thought you were exposed. Have you not heard about people from Edo? They brought all kinds of argument. But when I go to the place of prayer, sometimes I make up my mind that this thing is over. As I go there, the oracle will appear. Hina Makatoa. They say you are about to sell off your destiny. I have seen you have weighed your future. This is the person that can bear the weight of your calling. And from the week we got married, we went to Meduguri. I was thinking, okay, I will persuade her. She's more interested. When I travel, sometimes I forget to call. Because I come back, I'm so tired. She will send me a message and say, the Lord refresh you and strengthen you. I'm praying for you. Oh! I will now feel guilty. Imagine the stress we go through. I will now come home and say, I'm sorry, I have another meeting next week. Should I go? And then I'm ready to go for a meeting. She'll stand up and say, you won't go. And then I'll call my host and say, I'm sorry, my wife said I shouldn't go. She stands up and says, he's sold out. He belongs to Jesus. Go. Everything people suspected was a lie. They misinterpreted her. What if I didn't hear God? By now you'd have heard that a pastor slapped his wife. and then they'll put my picture on social media when I'm doing like this. They will now say, we said it, this anger, there's anger here. Prayer
Thank you
is what
for
makes
watching
men invincible.
pwc.TheFeetOfJesustvv. Trust this message bless you. Please, if you have not followed us, kindly hit the subscribe button, like, follow and share, so you can be notified anytime we post a new video. Thank you and remain blessed.